Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our specialty class today. We are still using the Happy Hibiscus stamp set today. In our last class, we did one that was a cutout. We did the emboss and technique for a sympathy card. It's just absolutely beautiful. That's the finished. I've actually put some words on there and finished it. So that's the finished card that we made just before. And I love the words. It just says, "Stay strong, my friend. You'll get through this." And that's really lovely because it's a dad that's lost his daughter. And and I think that's a really lovely card to give to someone. So now we're making another sympathy card, but we're making it for the Nana. And we're going to be doing the stamping out. Hi, Tanya. How are you? Good to see you on today. You working hard? That phone not ringing while you're online? You got your coffee? Oh. But I better get started because it takes a little bit of time, and our time goes really, really fast when we're on this class for some reason. Okay, so I've decided this time I'm going to stamp out my images and everything on this. And I love it's a two-step stamp. So let me share with you how you can do this as two-step. Okay. So we need a big stamp. Let me grab the big block I mean. I'm having a really good dropsy day today. Does anyone else have those days where everything falls on the floor? I'm having one of those days today. Everything's on the floor. Does that tell you something? Does it tell you that, oh, you must clean up? I bet it does. Do you get the message? I don't. I just kept putting more stuff on. Okay, so we're going to use the pinks this time. I've decided to come in with the pinks. So I'm going to use Petal Pink, and I'm sort of looking at the Blushing Bride. I'm sort of thinking which way do I want to go? Bubble Bath, I mean. I'll go Bubble Bath, I think. So I'm going to come out and stamp. And I want to work out whether I want my card going up or down. So we need to do that, and I want the words probably down the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to just see what this looks like. I'll see if it's dark enough for me. Oh yeah, that's nice. Now, like I said, it's a two-step stamp, so you're going to come over and colour it, but we're going to do a bit of a stamp off. So I've got a bit of paper here that I can do a stamp off. And in here you get the three different ones, the three different sizes to do as a stamp to colour, and you can use it also separately if you want to. So I'm going to ink that up. And this is the biggest one, and I'm going to stamp it off a little bit. So you can sort of see I've stamped it off a little bit. And I'm just going to come in over the top of that image because I want it to be softer. Okay, so you can sort of see that's really, really soft. I don't know if you can see, but it's really soft. Okay, so I'm going to take this one off. I'm just going to put them on my table for a minute, and I'll clean them in a minute. And then I'm going to come in with this second one. And I'm going to stamp off on that one as well. Okay, so I'm going to just work out which way this goes. Two up their side there. Okay, it goes this way. So you just got to work out when you're doing your two-step which way it goes. So you can come back down over the image and stamp out a very soft one over the top of that as well. Take this one off and put the third one on, the third flower. I'm sort of thinking I might need to go a soft sea foam, which is a very light green. I think I might have to go and get that ink for the leaves since I'm doing it so soft. Bring this one around. Tinge of colour on that one as well. Now, the good thing about doing stamping off is that you can always come back and do a little bit more if you want to. And that's the nice thing about it. And you can sort of do like a rock and roll technique, okay? So you sort of just roll your stamp around, and we're going to come back in over the image again. So I'm just going to line it up onto that image. Who's done the old rock and roll technique? It's a very old technique, but it's a real goodie for just doing highlighting. So you can sort of see we've got that coming out now a little bit darker around the edges, okay? So you do have to be a little bit mindful. I haven't done a rock and roll for a while, but you do have to be mindful when you're putting it on that you actually have to roll this around to get the image happening. So coming on here, and it will darken up different areas. So you can sort of see we've darkened up around the outer edge again, which is really lovely. And then we're going to do a slightly little bit more rock and roll on the little one. Okay. You do have to be careful when you're rocking and rolling that one. It's tiny. Okay, and we'll bring that one in over the top of that one. And you'll sort of see you get that dark image going around that as well. So it just keeps it soft, but it also brings in some darkness. Let's just go and grab that soft seafoam ink. Okay, soft seafoam right here. Now, I was going to go with the Old Olive, but I think the soft seafoam looked really lovely with this pink. So let's go that way. We've got lots of leaves in here, lots of different leaves. So I'm going to come in with this one first. I'll grab a little block and come in with this one first. Now, once again, you can start off with, just trying to work out, that's the colouring one. I think this is the outside one. Let me just try. I think that's the second step. I think this is the first step. Yes, this is the first step. Okay, so let's come in with this. So this is going to come in like this. So we've got this here. We're going to put sort of like a bow there, sort of thing. So we might come in with some leaves down the bottom end of this one. One there. And one there. Then we're going to come in with that second one, which we're going to stamp off. So we're going to stamp off that. We're going to do that again and stamp off, and then we're going to come in and stamp over this one. You're going to get that light, beautiful shade. We're going to stamp off, but we're going to stamp off a little bit and come in on this one as well. So you get that nice softness as well. I'm going to also have some coming from the top, but we have a little leaf, and I'm thinking I might come in with a smaller leaf. I'm just seeing which one's the top one and which one's the, okay, I think this one's the top one. And I might just do a couple of little leaves up the top. Let me just see. Yep. Okay, so we'll do a little leaf in there, and we might bring one in there. You've got to think where you're going to bring these leaves. One in there, and bring one around there. Okay, so stamping off again. So ink up, you can turn this over if you want to. Stamp off and come in over the top. Stamp off and come in over the top. Same with this one. And same with this one. Now in here, it's also got another stamp that I really, really love that I think we can bring in as well. It's got lines on it, like crisscross lines that we could sort of come in and use as a little bit of a background as well, which would look really lovely, and we probably need to stamp off on that. And I'm sort of trying to think what colour I want to come in with on this, because I don't want to come in... I'm not sure what the pretty... Let's see what colour this one comes up like with these colours. Oh, that's not too bad. I wasn't sure how that would come up. But this is like a little crisscrossy pattern here. And I'm going to just use this down the side a little bit. I'm just going to hold it up, see if you can see it. Can you see the crisscrossy there that I'm using on this? Okay. So I'm just going to bring this around a little bit. And give this a bit of like a border around it. I'm going to come in with a bit thicker this time, like that. I love that you can change things around on your cards, and bringing in this, I love these edges, like, you know, when you get all lines, or this one's beautiful. I love this crisscrossy sort of one. It could actually go really well with quite a few of our stamps. When I look at it, I think, oh my God, we could use that for something else as well. So it's given it a lift now. It hasn't, like, we haven't got just a plain border. It's got a nice little border all the way around. I'll hold it up again when we're finished. Now, if we're going to bring in Wink Stella, you'll need to bring in some Wink Stella. And if you want to do some highlighting with the Wink Stella, don't forget to use a block. So I'm just going to clean this block off because I used that last time. So clean my block. Now, if it's got Wink Stella on it, you might want to wipe it off on it, which this one didn't. But if you do have, you might want to wipe it off on something. Okay, so let's come back to bringing in a little bit more highlighting with our bubble buff. Okay, so come in with our Wink Stella, and you can pick up the colour. Okay, so you can paint with your Wink Stellas. Don't you love painting with Wink Stella? I do. And I'm just going to come in and come over these lines really light with the Wink Stella and highlight them out a little bit. And it's just got a bit of glitter happening through here now. And you can even add a little bit up on these thicker bits up the top here and just highlight it, blend it out a little bit. Okay, and now do the next one. Just blend it out again a little bit. Okay. I'm quite surprised a lot of people don't do this technique with painting with the blenders. I just love it. It's one of my favorites. and it just brings out that ink a little bit shiny instead of just putting it all over. And we just do the little one now. Do a little bit in there, a little bit in there. You can bring some down on the leaves if you want to, just down the centre of the leaves, just to highlight the centre of the leaves, just to give that little bit of glitter. Okay, really lovely. So now we're going to do our bow. We're going to do a bow on this one, as I don't have a lot of my ribbon left. Wow. I wish I did, but I don't. I don't. But we're going to do a bow on this one. I just want to just quickly bring this around. I just want to quickly bring this around about there. I just got to work out where I'm going to cut it off because we're going to change the colour on this. So I'm just going to grab a sheet out of my notepad here, just so I don't dirty up my board with blender pen. Beautiful, put it there. And I'm going to get out my beautiful, this is the Bubble Bath Light. I'm just going to do a light colour. So I'm just going to come over this. Well, I might need to use the dark. My light's just about run out. We use them a lot during our retreat, so I need to replace some of them. Okay, so I'm going to come in with the pink here. And I love that you can highlight the silver up on the ribbon because it highlights up as a nice shimmer pink, which is absolutely beautiful. And it just changes it. Okay. Now, I like to do both sides, but you can do just the one if you want to, but I like to do both sides because I like the pink coming up also on this side. So come down on your silver. And you can do it a lot more. You can spend a lot more time on it. And you can spend heaps of time doing this. So I'm just going to work out my bow. I want to do a little bow, so I want to be mindful of getting it a bit straight and do this little bow. How many of you take time to do your bows? Bows can be quite daunting at times, can't they? You sort of get them how you want and then you don't get them the way you want. I like to put my finger in a little bit and make sure that they're both around the same size. Okay, turn this over. Yeah, I think that's going to look okay in there. Don't want it too big, but I want it big enough. Okay, pull them around. Oh, pull them around. Get them working the way you want. Don't be frightened to pull them either. Don't be frightened to put them into shape how you want them. Okay, because, yeah, just pull them around. Okay, so I'm going to bring these two pieces together, ends together. And then I'm going to cut up on an angle. I think that's probably where I want the bow to go, in here. If you want it a bit bigger, you can always come a bit bigger. Okay, so just keep moving it around until you get it to the size that you want it and where you want it to cover and what you want it to do. Sometimes I like a really little bow, and then other times I like it that it sits up a little bit more. Okay, so this is going to come in around here. Okay, so now we've got it coming in around here. We need a mini glue dot. My mini glue dots are here on the table. We need a mini glue dot. Bring this over because there are little silicone dots that are on here. So I just want to come along here until I find one. And then I'm just going to, as you can see, this is actually sticking here. And I want to make it sit really nice. And I'm going to sort of come in, I want it to come in around this side. I'm sort of, yeah, bring it in here, Teresa, just put it down. Don't procrastinate, just do it. It's so funny because we do, don't we? Procrastinate, that is. Okay. Then we're going to get some more of our little diamantes here, and we're going to come in with that pink again. I don't know if we used the pink last time, but we're going to use the pink this time, and we're going to colour in a big one. And a medium one. And we're going to do some small ones. You can come back and let them dry and come back and do them again, but I just want to touch a colour on them. Okay, so our big one's going to go over here on our big one. And our medium one's going to come over here on our medium one. And one of the small ones is going to come over here on our small. It's just going to glitter out through there. And then you can just put some of these small ones out and around the edge. Okay, there doesn't have to be any particular spot for them, but you can just bring them in around the edge. Okay, then we need to put our little banner in down here because we want our words on here as well. So I'm sort of thinking of our words because I found a couple of stamp sets that had words on it. This one says with heartfelt sympathy, but it's one that I think I'd have to stamp directly on the card because this is choose. Ooh. It might just go on there. We can try it, but I doubt it because this is only 90%, so the stamp's going to be a lot bigger. You could have sending love, or this one, sending our love. This one's nice, sending our love. So I might just do sending our love. I do like the sympathy as well, but we can put that on the inside of the card. And this can be on the outside of the card. Sending our love. Line it up. Grab a block. I've got 500 blocks in front of me. Not really. I feel like it though. And then come in with the colour that you want to use. I want to keep it soft, so I'm going to come in with the same colour. Okay, bring this up, line this up a little bit, and sending our love. And I think that's nice. You could put a diamante either side of that if you wanted to decorate it up a little bit more. But I'm just going to use a dimension on the back of these to hold this up. Now don't forget we've used the same stamp set. We've just this time used the stamps, not the dies. So we've brought in, and we've changed the colour. So it makes it look a little bit different. But I'll share it with you, the two of them, in a minute. And I don't know about you, but when it's sympathy, I think for a young girl that's died, I think a nice light card is what we want. Okay, so I'm just going to grab one of my white cards here. Pop that over there. I'm going to grab my paper trimmer because I want to do a score it at 10.5. So score down at 10.5. And then I'm also going to put that there, an insert in it, but the insert I'm going to come in and use a sponge dobber, rubber sponge dobber. Aren't these wonderful? Oh, I just love them. Okay, we're going to come with the bubble bath. And I'm going to move that out of the way. I'm just going to do it on the, and I'm going to come in here and do some pink around the edge for the inside. Now, if you wanted to, you could even bring some gold emboss or silver emboss in on some of these if you wanted to as well, to make them a little bit more special if you're doing it like for an anniversary or something like that, you know, something, birthday. Okay, so I'm just going to come in with this beautiful little ones as well. And just do a little bit of this around each of the corners as well. Just for the inside of the card. And then you can write your lovely verse in there too. And it just decorates it up a little bit without doing too much and making it overwhelming. Okay, where's my pink card? So I need to fold my card in half, and I'm going to grab my bone folder and give it a nice crisp score down there. Okay, blue. And I'll show you the two cards together. And then we've got one more to make at 3 o'clock over on Technique class, and I will be using the same stamp set again. Wow. But I will take photos and put them on my Facebook page for you. Okay, put this on the inside, and you can see this just makes it really pretty on the inside if you don't want to use cardstock, if you just want to use that white insert. Okay, so, which is really lovely. I think we're doing pretty good for time this time. Hi Elizabeth, good to see you. So you can sort of see this is the one we did with the die cuts, and this is the one we've done here. Okay, so you can sort of see they're very dainty for sympathy type cards. Okay. Thank you for joining me today, and I will see you if you're joining me. I feel like I'm on sleep, but it's my phone's on sliding. Join me at 3 o'clock for Technique class, and I'll be sharing another way that you can use this stamp set. God bless you, and bye for now.